Nepal's constitution and law. Ladies and gentlemen, the constitution and legal system of Nepal stands as backbone of the nation's democracy, justice, governance, and national unity. Nepal's constitutional journey reflects the country's long struggle for political transformation, inclusion, freedom, and the protection of citizens' rights. From monarchy to federal democratic republic, Nepal has experienced remarkable constitutional evolution. Today, the Constitution of Nepal 2015 serves as the supreme law of the land and symbolizes the aspirations of millions of the Nepali people for peace, prosperity, equality, and good governance. The study of Nepal's constitution and law is therefore not only a legal subject but also a mirror reflecting the political, social, and cultural identity of the nation. One of the most important concepts in this field is, ladies and gentlemen, constitutionalism. Constitutionalism refers to the principle that government power should not be unlimited and that rulers must operate according to constitutional rules and democratic norms. It promotes limited government, separation of powers, rule of law, accountability, and protection of citizens' liberties. Constitutionalism ensures that no individual or institution stands above the law. In Nepal, constitutionalism became stronger after the restoration of democracy and especially after the promulgation of the Constitution of Nepal 2015. It encourages transparency, inclusiveness, human dignity, and democratic participation. Ladies and gentlemen, the constitutional development in Nepal has passed through various historical phases. Nepal's first constitutional attempt began with the Government of Nepal Act 1948. During the Rana regime, after the fall of Rana oligarchy, several constitutions were introduced, including the Interim Constitution 1951, the Constitution of 1959, the Panchayat Constitution of 1962, the Constitution of the Kingdom of Nepal 1990, the Interim Constitution of 2007, and finally the Constitution of Nepal 2015. Each constitution reflects the political environment aspiration of the people during that era. The 1990 constitution introduced constitutional monarchy and multi-party democracy, while the 2015 constitution institutionalized federalism, republicanism, secularism, and inclusiveness. This constitutional journey highlights Nepal's persistent struggle for democratic stability and social justice. Ladies and gentlemen, the present constitution of Nepal is considered one of the most progressive constitutions in the South Asia. It establishes Nepal as a federal democratic republican state with three levels of the government. Three levels are federal, provincial, and local levels. The constitution contains several salient features such as sovereignty vested in the people, inclusive democracy, proportional representation, independent judiciary, secularism, social justice, and protection of fundamental rights. It ensures the separation of powers among the executive, legislature, and judiciary. The executive branch, headed by the Prime Minister, is responsible for running the government. The legislature, mainly the federal parliament, formulates laws and represents the people's voices. The judiciary, led by the Supreme Court, safeguards justice and interprets the Constitution independently. Ladies and gentlemen, another remarkable aspect of the Constitution is the extensive provision of fundamental rights, directive principles, and state policies. Citizens are guaranteed rights such as the right of equality, freedom, education, employment, health, communication, social justice, and constitutional remedies. Directive principles guide the government in establishing an equitable society, reducing poverty, and promoting national welfare. State policies focus on social inclusion, economic development, environmental protection, and a balanced regional growth. These provisions aim to create a prosperous, dignified, and inclusive Nepal. Ladies and gentlemen, the Constitution also establishes various constitutional and statutory bodies to ensure good governance and accountability. Institutions such as the Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority CIAA, Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority CIAA, Election Commission, Public Service Commission, National Human Rights Commissions, and Auditor General play vital role in strengthening democracy and controlling corruption. Their functions and jurisdictions are clearly defined to maintain checks and balances with the state system. The topic of human rights holds immense importance in Nepal's legal framework. Human rights are universal freedoms and protections that every individual deserves, regardless of caste, gender, religion, ethnicity, or economic status. Nepal's constitution strongly guarantees civil, political, economic, social, and cultural rights. It also promotes gender equality, social inclusion, and protection of marginalized communities. Human rights are essential for maintaining peace, dignity, harmony, and a democratic culture in society. Ladies and gentlemen, likewise, civic sense, duties, and responsibilities of people are equally crucial in nation buildings. Citizens should not only demand rights but also fulfill their responsibilities towards society and the nation. Respecting laws, paying taxes, protecting public property, preserving national unity, and participating responsibly in democratic process are examples of the civic duties. A civilized society flourishes when citizens possess discipline, tolerance, morality, and patriotism. Ladies and gentlemen, the sources of law and lawmaking process in Nepal are fundamental to understanding the legal system. Are you understand the sources of law and lawmaking process in Nepal are the fundamental to understanding the legal system of Nepal. The constitution is the supreme source of law. Other sources include parliamentary legislation, judicial precedents, customs, international treaties, and administrative rules. In Nepal, laws are generally formulated through a parliamentary process where bills are introduced. Bills are formulated, debated, amended, and passed by both houses before receiving presidential authentication. This democratic process ensures that laws reflect the interests and aspirations of the people. Finally, the principles of the rule of law, democratic values and norms, inclusion, proportional representation, and affirmative action are central pillars of the Nepal's constitution framework. Ladies and gentlemen, the rule of law means that everyone, regardless of status or power, is equally subjected to the law. Democratic values encourage freedom, participation, accountability, and respect for human dignity. Inclusion and proportional representation ensure participation of women, Dalit, Janajatis, Madhesi, minorities, and marginalized groups in the state mechanism. Affirmative action seeks to uplift historically disadvantaged communities and create social equality. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, Nepal's constitution and law represent the spirit of democracy, justice, equality, and national transformation. They provide a roadmap for political stability, social harmony, economic progress, and protection of human dignity. Although challenges such as corruption, political instability, weak implementation, and social inequality still exist, the constitutional framework of Nepal The constitutional framework of Nepal continues to inspire hope for brighter future. A strong, active citizen participation are essential for transforming constitutional ideals into practical reality. Nepal's constitution is not merely a legal document, it is the heartbeat of the nation and the foundation of a prosperous democratic future. Thank you, dear guys. Don't forget to write your valuable comment below the comment box. Thank you so much.